Yo, so I got a new Andras team. This is after they fixed the bug, so it's not really going to make it to the leaderboard, but it's pretty consistent to score between 12 to 18 turns. It doesn't go any higher than 18 turns, even with the worst RNG. So with this team, you want your Liam and your Tever to be as squishy as possible, and your Tever to be extremely high DPS, so pump as much attack as possible. So the first two waves is going to be the exact same every single time. My Ashley has I think 0 crit rate, and then my Haley also has 0 crit rate, but Haley does crit on the first two waves guaranteed, right? Because that's one of her passive that she has, is that she will always crit. So again, with Liam, you want him to be extremely squishy, and this is the reason why. You want him to die on the first attack of this guy, so that you can sometimes get a 13 turns run. And then your Tever, you want him to die within the third attack of the ads, and then he just finishes off the boss. So why you want them to be squishy is because Ggez has that passive that she will not allow that unit that is taking lethal damage to die. She will give that unit an instant turn while also cleansing them, so they can do whatever they want, right? So if Liam dies, then he will use his attack, and then Tever will then follow up with the pursuit because of Liam's buff. And also one more thing, you want your Liam to be squishier than your Tever. They can't die at the same time, because if they die at the same time, then your Tever might take the turn before your Liam, and then that could be a problem. Because if Tever takes the turn before Liam, he will die first, and then when Liam dies, Liam does his S1, Tever is no longer going to pursue attack because he's already dead, right? So right here, it's a 13 turn run because my Haley managed to land the defense break. If you have Haley max skilled up, it might be better because this boss has over 100% resistance to defense break. Oh sorry, it's a 14 turns run. This boss has over 100% resistance to defense break, so relying on defense break with Haley's S1 is not really good. So if you have her maxed out, then she's gonna cast her S3 on this the last phase, which means you can land Seer debuff. Seer debuff is gonna be way easier for you to land than defense break. So yeah, again, if you have a max skilled up Haley, that might be better, but alas, you don't really need to have her skilled up. Mine isn't skilled up, and you don't really need the Seer debuff for you to go 12 turns. 12 turns happen if I happen to get a counter attack on the boss, if he has defense break, and my Tever will just one shot the boss with the counter attack. So I'm going to show you a run that we can get maybe 12 turns. Again, the 12 turns is very RNG based. I need to get a counter attack for that to happen, and I also need a defense break from Haley to one shot the boss. Okay, let's do 10 blitz. You'll see it doesn't go above 18 turns, and the lowest it can possibly go is 12 turns with the counter attack. Again, this is not leaderboard material right now, because right now the leaderboard is completely messed up because of the bug, quote unquote bug, they say on Ggez when she was released. So it's not really going to compete in the leaderboard because everyone in the leaderboard right now has like 6 turns, 5 turns on there we go, we got 12 turns. So the leaderboard right now is completely messed up because of the bug on Ggez, right? You were doing crit damage on the true damage portion that Ggez does. So yeah, you can't really compete in the leaderboard right now. So this team is going to be more applicable on the next round of Ultimate Spire. Again, the first two waves is going to be the same. You don't really need your Ashley to be at R6. I happen to have her at R6, but she needs just enough stats for you to one-shot the first two waves with Haley. But because you have Ggez in your team, helping you with the AoE damage as well, it's pretty easy for you to consistently one-shot the first two waves with Ashley and also with Haley. There we go, we got a counter attack with Tever, and then we just one-shot the boss. I'll show you the leaderboard right now. Also, that's the damage layout. Suji or Daji is doing 400,000 damage, which is pretty insane. And also Tever is doing 500,000, mostly on the boss. Her damage is extremely high because of the first two waves. The true damage portion that she adds to your team just makes it so easy for you to clear the first two waves. Yeah, let me show you the leaderboard right now. Leaderboard is completely messed up. Everyone has like very low turn count all the way up to rank 50, and everyone is just running Daji, right? This is before they fix her bug where you can do crit damage on the true damage portion that she adds. You can no longer get like this low of a turn count, but I mean, if you have like an R6 Tever, you might still be able to do this. But you know, getting to below 10 turns is going to be very difficult without the bug. This is the runes. Again, Ashley with no crit rate. You can get away with a little bit of crit rate, but you don't want to go anywhere above 50% crit rate, because the boss has a passive that if you go above 50% crit rate, he will do more damage to you, and he will strip all of your buffs. So Ashley, you want to make sure that she survives, and you don't really want her to take a turn, because if she dies, she will guaranteed get a turn because of Daji, right? So anywhere below 50% crit rate is fine. You want her to be on attack, attack, and attack as well. With a little bit of tankiness, you don't want her to die. And then Daji, attack, attack, and attack as well. With Growth set, you want her to not die, because if she dies, then her passive on her S3 will no longer work, right? Which means the team will crumble, because you need your Tever to die and you need your Liam to die on a consistent run. When they die, they get an instant turn. And then your Haley is on defense, defense, and speed. Also, you don't want her to die as well. On the Calamity set and counter, again, you don't need her to be max skilled up. If you do have her max skilled up, it might be better, because then you can rely on the seer debuff. But even without the max skilled up, you can use her S1 on the boss stage, which could potentially land you a defense down. You don't need it, but it can make the run faster. And then Tever is on wind set. You can also go with the war set if you have like enough speed. You want him to move after Haley, so he's the third one to move, and that's because he's going to be clearing the second wave, the main guy in the second wave. If you make Daji move in the second wave, then she's going to waste her S3 on that guy. His crit rate is flexible. You can have a little bit of crit rate on him. It doesn't matter, because in the boss stage, as long as you have below 50% crit rate, you will never crit on the boss. And that's the only place that you really need to not crit, right? On the second wave, if you happen to crit on that middle guy, you will still one shot either way. So yeah, anything below 50% crit rate is fine. I do have him max skilled up. And then lastly, your Liam. As you can see, my sets aren't even leveled up, and this is intentional, because this set right here gives you defense main, flat defense on the relic, right? And then this one gives you flat HP. So if I were to level this up, he wouldn't get one-shotted by the ads on the first hit. So I wouldn't consistently get a 14 turns or 13 turns run if he is maxed out on these two pieces. He's on Harmony set. It doesn't matter what set you give him, because my Ashley is already on the Harmony set. But if you don't have enough damage on your Ashley to one-shot the first wave and the second wave, then you can go with either Windwalker set Ashley or even the Warhammer set Ashley, so you can reliably one-shot the first two waves. So his set again doesn't matter. And then I gave him the Hold Fast set, because I want my Haley to do damage so that I can one-shot the first two waves easier. So yeah, that's about it for the team. And now for the bonus clip, I'm going to try and attempt to break my fastest speedrun on my Temporal Tower 50. It's just for fun. This is the team I'm going to go for. Just for reference, my fastest right now is 34 seconds, and that's running this team right here with Narmer and Brewster. But I'm gonna try to use Daji and see if I can break that high score. I've already tried to do a few runs with this team and it's pretty fast, so I'm trying to run Jingwei for the seer debuff, and I have Daji here with the Ocean set because I want to use her as 2 on the first and second wave. That's primarily the reason why I have her on Ocean set. And then I have my Ethan to provide the magic tune buff for all of my allies, and then also Ggez set so that my Haley can have 3 buffs at the start of turn, so that when she casts her S1 on the boss, my Jingwei will then follow up to apply the sear debuff, and then my Ollie can just nuke the boss. Alright, yeah, this version is gonna be a little bit slower because Jingwei's animation is playing for the first two waves, but it's gonna be faster in the boss stage, I think. Okay, this one's good. Alright, this one seems pretty good. Nice. Okay. One shot. Okay, that was pretty fast, right? Let's see. I just want to beat like 34 seconds. Even if it's like 33 seconds, I'm 1 second slower. What the hell? The Jingwei assist, man, they take up a lot of the timer. The Narma team, I had a video for it, but I think I lost it. But I was clearing the waves way easier with this team, because it's just one shot with Narma, and then in the boss stage it's a little bit slower. But because I cleared the first two waves really quickly, I had time to kill the boss slightly slower, right? So again, 34 seconds is still my best. Temporal Tower 10 1 minute is my fastest using Embla, and this wasn't even R6 Embla, by the way. So I think I might be able to get a better time for Infinity 60. We'll see though, next month. But yeah, that's about it. Daji has been really fun. I'm gonna make more showcase of her. I haven't really done showcase of her in PvP, but she's really good in PvP. Like my knockout right now is at 0.8. I went from 1.6, and then after I incorporated her in my team, I went from like 0.4%, which is pretty insane. Yeah, that's about it. Ciao.